That's... Zoogle seems intriguing.
That's all you have to say about it?
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? Here's a healer!
Hit him word!
First!
I'll run you to...
I'll please start!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
You're done! The Talon Hurricane! I'm on it! Double Demon Fang! Eat this! Demon Fang! I'll run you through!
Light Astro here! In the wind!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll be in the fray!
I'm on it! Watch it!
Lightning!
I'm on it!
Downfall! Here!
I'll run you through!
Demon Fang! Here!
I can carve through armor!
Please start!
Demon Fang!
There!
Too slow!
Water Astro
Leave the
energy!
charges to me.
Here's a healing arc!
I'm on it! Demon Fang!
Photon Slash! Raging
Eat that
Cascade!
frickin' junket!
Radiant
Double
Blast!
Demon Fang!
In the wind! Annihilation!
Tear you apart! Demon Fang!
Photon Slash!
Far
Here's a
enough!
healing arc!
Double Demon Fang!
Light Astro energy condensed!
Demon Fang! Hurricane!
Annihilation!
Eagle
Double
Assault!
Demon Fang!
Raging
Burn in hell!
Cascade! It's weakened!
This ends now! Finish it! Shion!
Get toasty!
Burn strike! Pierce!
Photon Searing! Lightning
Anything in armor is all mine!
Here I go!
Now I'm in the groove!
Searing
Double Demon Fang!
Eagle Assault!
I'm on it! Demon Fang!
I'm at watch
Eat this! Almost! You're wide open! Double Demon Fang!
Annihilation! In the wind! Air thrust!
That move!
Here comes the big one! Double Demon Fang!
I'll end this with my own hands! Annihilation! Raging Cascade! Annihilation! Blast! In the wind! Air thrust!
Not today!
First aid!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Swirler Blade!
It's in the wind!
Demon Fang! I'm on it! That's
More
enough!
for the stockpile! Light Astral Energy!
Demon Fang! First strike! That's enough!
Here,
Almost! Faster!
Oh,
Demon Fang! I'm on Demon Fang!
Not my spine.
Stay away from my friend! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death to this. Dance to the wind! Feel!
Here,
I'll
let
be
me help.
saving this
Not
one.
done yet! Burn in hell! I owe you one.
Raging Cascade!
I was overconfident.
First strike!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! Almost! Too slow! Double Demon Fang! I'm on it! Not my finest. You'll pay for that! Demon Fang! Now, while it's reeling!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Clock!
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
We should be able to cook here. You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
If you need help with anything, just let me know.
I came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised.
Hey, what's the smoke? Is it an enemy attack?
Seriously, it's making my eyes and throat burn. What the hell is going on?
It's probably some sort of gas. Try not to breathe it in as much as you can manage.
Gas? Those cowards!
Isn't this just cooking smoke?
What kind of food makes your throat burn so bad just from the smoke?
I believe Alphen is.
They're trying to gas Alphen?
What? Those sick bastards! I won't let them get away with this!
Calm yourselves and listen. I was simply trying to say that Alphen is the one cooking.
Oh?
Maybe I should throw in some more spices, just for that extra kick. Yeah, that'll help. Think I'll turn up the heat while I'm at it, too. Oh, crap. The spice is burned. Well, at least the meat's coming along nicely. All right. Now, I just flip it over, and then...
Hey, Alphen? What are you doing over there?
Oh, Shion. Perfect timing. I actually just finished roasting up a chicken. Call everybody over so we can eat together. I used a ton of spices, so it's got a good punch to it. Might have overcooked it a little, but it should still taste good.
I'm starting to understand why your food always tastes so damn spicy now.
Hasn't anyone told him that it is actually possible to have too much of a good thing?
If that's the taste he truly wants, far be it from me to contradict. His cuisine is a rather delicate repast.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I think it's time we go to sleep. Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
Looks like we made it here in one piece. Okay.
Seriously?
Well...
What the?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Malabar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodia's Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadeye. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
You don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfont tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything. though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Renna really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahvar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere, too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Now I'm real mad! Take that! The enemy wields ours too.
You'll soon see about that!
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
It's almost too strong. Be my guest.
I can carve through armor!
My steel?
Eat this! I'll tear you apart!
Stupid!
Stand back! Look it up! Hey!
Blow them away!
Too slow!
Go!
Come and get it!
Back to the fray! Go now!
We can really make weapons with this?
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
No choice.
I'm on it!
Double demon fang!
Annihilation! Mega Ray!
Demon fang!
Can't get out of this!
Downfall!
Eat this!
These ones can run rings around us!
Double demon fang!
Armor won't save you!
Demon fang! Double demon fang!
Talon Hurricane!
In here!
I'm on it!
I'll save you!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And tunnel it to me!
More with that!
I'm on it! All it is you hear and help it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Hi, Hoodle! Here's a healing item!
You require a hand.
You think that shield will save you?
Eat this! That's enough!
Dance in the wind! In here!
We're not kidding!
What's this? I'm on it!
Dance in the wind!
I'm on it!
Feel!
Freaking does it!
Demon fang!
Lightning and dash!
Too slow!
Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
All armor won't
save you! My shield!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right be...
Song! Engaging! Mow him down! No further!
Here, let me help.
Lightning weapon! I'm going in! This one's mine! I'm on it! I'll run you through! Mow him down! I'm on it! Talon Hurricane! I'm on it! That's enough! Demon Water! Now I'm in the groove!
Here's the healing arm.
Eagle Dive! Go for it! Listen! Eagle Dive!
Let's give it a whirl.
Hurricane! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
The earth throbs in pain.
We're not finished! Finish it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Looks like we won.
You got spirit! No further!
How's this?
A showdown between blade and fist! Now you learn! Super Swallow Dance! Eagle's up on a roll now! Super Swallow Dance!
Watch and weep.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Right, here goes!
That's my watch.
Double Demon Fang! Now we're I will show you every mercy! Come and get Eat this! Rip and tear! Demon Fang! I'm on it! Swallow Dance! First strike!
An astral launch?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Onward and upward.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get it. Got you now! This one's mine! I'm on now! While it's reeling!
Take it down.
Demon Fang! Eagle Fang! Now I'm in the groove! I'm on it! Freaking does it! Hurricane! Demon Fang! I'm on it! On your Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade. Dance in the wind. In here.
I'm on it!
Not on my watch.
Demon Fang! I'll run you through! First strike! Rip and tear!
Mega Ray. Lightning
Demon Fang! First strike!
Lightning Condensed. Radiant
Demon Fang! Tear you apart! I'll finish you here and now! Double Demon Fang! Eagle Fang! I'll teach you respect! I'll tear you apart! Double Demon Fang! You picked the wrong spot! You will make a fool of me! I'm on it! Rolling snap! Super Swallow Dance!
Corruption. Do it.
Double Demon Fang!
More where that came from.
Now I'm real mad! I'll tear you apart! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing arc.
Eat this! That's
Now.
Rigmarole! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
What's with that shining foe over there?
Brace yourself! This one's no further!
Raging cascade!
I'm on it.
Annihilation!
Demon Fire, land you!
I'll be doing it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! You're wide open!
Dance in the wind!
Eat this!
Leo!
Double Demon
I'll
Fang!
be
I'm on
saving
it!
this one! Take it! Go!
Eat
Sleep
this!
now!
Come and get it! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Eagle Assault! I'm on it! This one's mine!
The earth throbs in pain.
Glacial Spear!
That's enough!
Pierce evil!
Soaring Alpha!
Do it!
Jolie! Hey! Blow them away!
Ladder! Here
Come and
my
get it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Here, let me help! Thunderblade!
Eat this! Take this! I'll end you!
Lightning! Now!
Outward! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Escaluba Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Go no further!
Eat this!
My watch!
Where are you? Come quiet!
Annihilation!
Eat this! Come and get it!
You'll have no mercy!
The rebel! Stop that! I'll run you through!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you.
Hey,
Truly!
Come quietly!
The enemy wields arc too.
You'll soon see about that!
Split it open! Be my guest! Now or never!
All right, that does it!
I'll tear you apart! I'm on it! Come and get it!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Eat this! Demon Blade! Here's a healing arc! Talon Hurricane! On your knees! I'm on it! Sword Ranger! You picked the wrong fight!
Dance in the corruption! Sleep now!
I'm on it!
Not in your dreams!
Come and get it! Cork crack, will ya? Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Here's a
Does
healing
it! Double Demon Fang! Hurricane!
Dance in the wind! Air
Eagle Assault! Demon Fang! There you are! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Strike! I'll tear you apart! I'm on a roll now! Talon Hurricane! Rip and tear! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Eat this! Demon Fang! Rolling Double Demon Fang! Come back, will ya? This one's all mine!
More for the stop pile!
Eat this! Come and get it! Double Demon Fang! Eat this! Demon Fang! Eagle Fly! Talon Hurricane! Finish it! Don't leave! Hey! Blow them away!
It was a close thing.
It got fired!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Yes, awesome! Thunderblade!
An astral arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
I'm on it! I'll run you
You're
through!
not in your dreams!
First strike! Talon Hurricane!
Here's evil!
Thankful arrow!
Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Talon Hurricane!
Here!
Glimmer Dragon!
Save it this way!
Don't freaking duck it!
More where that came from! Flame! Reload!
I'm on it! That's enough! I'll tear you apart!
Let's refrain from losing.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Now you learn! This freaking does it! I'll tear you apart! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here, let me
First strike! I want it! Eat this! Ignite! Damn it! Eat this! You're mine! You're done!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Here's a healing
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! I'm on it! That's
Annihilation!
enough!
Mega Ray!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
By the power of water!
Demon Fang! Come and get Demon Fang!
Almost!
Too slow! You're done! I'm on Demon Fang! First strike! Double Demon Fang! First strike!
I may have bit off more than I could chew.
First strike! Demon Fang!
Ready to go! First aid!
First strike!
Radiant here! I'm all stopped up!
I'm on it!
Annihilation!
Coming to you!
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Back into the fray!
Damn it! If only I'd been more careful.
Here, let me help.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing arc!
That's enough!
Back from depth abyss!
Almost! You're wide open! You're wide open! I'm on it! That's enough! I'll finish you here and now! Carry the hurricane! I'm on it! Rhythm tear!
I can't heal you forever!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Do you sense one of your friends, Noodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? Ugh, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to fight it.
Dispose of the trash.
I'll bring it down!
First
This one's mine!
That
think it does it! I'll punch that gun out of your hand!
Engaging!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here, let me help you. I can't heal you forever.
Hurricane!
Here comes in the wind.
We're not finished!
Listen!
It's almost too strong. Be my guest.
Eat this! That's enough! You're done! Demon Turn! I'm ready! Double Demon Turn!
Spread!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Finally, some open space again. Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.